Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun-F3 series presented by Virtual Racing School here at a sunny and not wet at all Okayama International Raceway. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Brobner, and we're here live on Apex Racing TV.
Hello everyone, hello Austin. I would like to say also hello to the graphics, but they are not showing for some reason, so bear with me for a second as we try to wake the graphics up to show on your screen. Austin, it's another exciting race here in the iGPFun series. We are here at Okayama. Free track attracted everybody knows, and attracted me and you
And
of course, both love.
Yeah, our favorite track here on iRacing. Next Dakota for me, though I'm heavily biased on that one. The drivers, everyone's driven here, especially on the roadside. I know my first win on iRacing came at this track, and so Okayama has a special place in my heart, special place in your heart, and well, a special place in everyone's heart. So I'm expecting this to be the closest field we have of all season, and it's currently looking like that. The top 25 all within 1 second of each other.
Yeah, again, I really wish I could show you this, but we can't. I don't know if you can see the graphics, Austin, because I surely can't.
I can, actually.
Okay, this is very encouraging. So let me switch to the, the client connection, and not to the broadcaster connection, which is not how it should work, mind you. But the beauty of being live
is you can try things on the fly, and sometimes they'll maybe work.
And they still don't work. So,
well, optimism is a cruel person.
Well, I'm sure the graphics will wake up at some point. One can hope. So, Austin, we arrive here on the heels of some very exciting races. Road America was certainly a controversial but very exciting one. What do you think the drivers are looking forward to in Okayama? I think Luca Varani has been pretty clear with the drivers in the week leading to the race about some details that need to be rectified, and some things that
it's a lot wider of a track, so certainly we're going to be missing those incidents, but Okayama's got some tight squeeze places, and as we look at Thiago Martino right now, this is probably the most problematic spot of this track, as the tight turns could have a lot of opportunities to send one down the inside, and which might be a little bit of an incident. Also, another big incident spot is that final corner. If you get off into that grass right there and just get a little bit too much on the throttle, you will go spinning around, and which could cause some multi-car incidents. Turn one very fast here, so moves down the inside are common, but it be more of a performance throughout the corner than a dive down low. And I believe we found our runaway timing tower.
Yeah.
So I think it was coming after my pizza.
Either that or I just come from the SRF broadcast in Imola. So when you take the plane and they lose your luggage, I think the timing tower was lost, surely by the Italian airport authorities, not the Japanese one, which are great. So, checkered flag waving over this qualifying session. Seems like Alex Dunn now. Yesterday in the official, Alex Dunn and many other big names were involved in a massive wreck at the start that took out a great portion of the possible contenders.
15 cars, which is also the same amount of cars that were just taken out and about 30 minutes ago at the Daytona 500.
Now, of course, Austin, you were commentating yesterday on the official series, as we all know, so I think you have all the expertise to guide us through the starting grid for tonight as well.
Well, Alex Dunn is going to be starting up on pole, followed by Gianfranco Pagotto with Max Bartolona right behind him, and Thiago Martino right behind in fourth. Marcus Luiso, Ted Bradbury, Max Giacchino, Manny Hiley, Francesco Miola, Samuel Hermer, Gavin Petty, Lucas Premslaw, Piesnak, Victor Barris, Ben White, Will McIntyre, Michael Podizek, and Clark Williams in 18th place, followed by Luca Ferrari, Philip Lucas, Bartos, Goreseski, Zachary Beeson, Luciano Lorenzo, Johan Bergeson, Adam Tasman, Stuart Millen, Mark Mathis, and Fernando Corres in 28th place. And I'm looking at this grid, they're already behind that corner, followed by Alejandro Leora, Zoltan Zomotor, Daryl Governor, top 30 all within a second of pole. It's insane. Andrea Boschetti, Vincenzo Cardetti, Daniel Jutso, Russell Kirkwood, Andy Flick, Kremens, Punzegruber, Podizek, Nick Carty, Chuck Morrow, Nick Arnoldson, Ron Corlock, Maud McGuire, Steve Rubens, Mark Devine, Richard V, Giovanni Salento, Johnny Coco, Chris Glam Slater, Patrick Rowland, Jaden Gonzalez, Antonio Rozeski, Antonio Tellez, Alex Hopkins, Reed Dennis, Richard Popper, David Cal, Noe Richie Robertson, followed by Alexander Roggenbuck, Shane Hoare, Giuseppe Didon, and at the end of the grid, Sean Barrett, and 61 and 62 to not set a time. We have cars starting in a corner, but I need to correct you on something. I was not in the official F3 broadcast.
You were.
Why is everyone getting this wrong?
You were, and you know this. By the way, this is the most cars you will ever see in a race on iRacing. We have maxed out the server. Hopefully, no car turns into an FE car during the race.
Well, we're going to find out. 62 cars lined up here in the hills of Okayama. Let's get ready to rock and roll. It's iGPFun-F3 time. Good start by Bartolota in third. Trying to get besides Pagoda right beside him, but Martino is right there as Alex Dunn racing away. But look at that fight for third place. Bartos is stuck on the outside, is stuck into that gravel right there. Nose to tail, gets his nose chopped off right there by Bartolota. Bartolota going defensive into the hairpin. Watch out for these cold tires. This is going to be a bit tricky right here, especially on the exit. Just look at all these cars come through.
Now much better than last night, and Alex Dunn wisely being at the pointy end of the field, unlike last night where he was taking a look at that. Max Giacchino going for a move on the outside.
You know, 3 wide isn't something we see here during the rules per se, as they don't like 3 wide. But immediately, I can tell you, this race 1,000 times cleaner than Road America.
Someone is blinking massively. I think it's number 20. Bradbury, as you can see, this is going to be super tough for the cars around him. As we also finally have the correct nationality for QT Marteau, is from the Netherlands. We have a spin. Samuel Hermer and Francesco Meola.
Car of the wall. Yeah, Hermer's in the wall. Meola's got an Italian rear wing right there. As he's going to be heading into the pits.
Those Italian rear wings, you know, don't buy them.
Yeah, sketchy Italian man just use duct tape.
But apart from that, seems like a decently clean first lap, as the drivers are heading for the backstretch.
That's a good look by Hingley, but Bradbury's going to have the speed and the draft coming off the exit. But thank goodness for Hingley. Oh man, Bradbury almost came into there. And driving with a car that's blinking in and out of existence, kind of like logic at some people, it's extremely hard to battle with him because you never know where they're going to be ending up next. And off the track is Lucio.
Yeah, Lucio got involved in something, maybe with the disappearing
car. A little bit
car.
of a lockup. I think that's just him. That might have just been him.
Koshek also is there involved in a big fight. So far we have we have 3 cars in the pits with Barnett and Daidone not taking to the race start, and still they haven't entered the fray, so I think they will not race in this particular event. But leading the way, Alex Dunn in front of Pagotto, and Bartolotta, who has his hands full with the Dutch driver QT Marteau.
Yeah, top 4 saying the same. Matty Hingley, one of our biggest movers up there right now. He's made up a lot of spots as we ride on board. Luca Ferrari looking at his glorious rear wing right there. He's up in a 14th. Not the best qualifying for him, but he's showing us how to move up through a very crowded field.
In front of him, we see Ben White and Lucas Baruch, and also let me give a quick shout out to Victor Barris. Not only Victor Barris, but also his teammates tonight, which are Jota Gonzalez and Fernando Nunes Correas. They are part of Drivex, which is a real-life F3 and F4 team who have decided to open an esports division, and we of course welcome them with absolutely open arms. There they are. There he is with his beautiful livery. Victor Barris, I think now the fastest leader is Bartolotta. On the outside we see Thiago Marteau, and Marteau jumps in
Marteau
third.
swings it. Very nicely done by Marteau, but now Marteau is going to be undercharged by Bartolotta as Max is going to be in that draft. And oh my goodness, I said it at the start of this race that this spot is going to be prime example for a big incident, and we just saw it right there. Multi-car incident. And a few cars drifting it into the pit lane. We brought on board of Millen as he's struggling to keep that F3 car pointed straight.
Uh-oh.
What's the uh-oh? Ah, we're back. I know Formula E velocity is started.
Also Pagotto.
And, Pagotto's at it as well.
Pagotto is using the same trick for this week as Bartolotta moves on the inside and goes past Marteau back into third. So I think those DRS Wave Italy cars have been using have copied the silent engine technology for this week.
Well, I know Formula E Velocity has been going on their esports series. Maybe Alex Dunn and Gianfranco Pagotto are trying out for one of those teams over there. Hashtag Venturi the best. Hashtag not biased.
And in fact, you can see this week seems like Pagotto is much closer to Dan than in Road America. As now, after their little fight, Bartolotta and Marteau have got some company in the form of Matty Hingley, which I think is a new face, and of course Mac Giacchino and...
Hingley's been around. I've seen him. Yeah, he wasn't in the last round, but I believe 2 rounds ago we saw an appearance from Hingley. He wasn't in weekly, but every now and then he would pop in his head. I think this is about the 3rd time we've seen him this season.
Luca Varani, Michal Potoshek, Phil Lucas, and Zach Pease, Clark Williams. It's a long snake of cars, but this fight is certainly the feistiest, if that is a word, between Bartolotta and Marteau. And of course, there is still Bradbury and his Udini car there, which I'm sure is making Giacchino very, very nervous. And of course, disappearing car plus Italian rear wing, bad.
Yeah, it's certainly not going to be the best, and he might be fearing. Oh my send! Bradbury sending that thing from. Oh my goodness! I told you that these dually hairpins are so tricky to get right, and it is a complete opportunity just to send one down the inside. And Bradbury sent that thing all the way from downtown. And he looked like a Japanese bullet train right there.
Japanese word for the day, which we should make this, a weekly occurrence. The bullet train in Japanese is called Shinkansen. Shinkansen. So now you know it. There's gonna be a quiz at the end of the championship, by the way, Austin. So.
Hey, that's funny.
Look, I know it's early, but let's bring them up. Look at that.
We're only 6 laps in, and this field is already covering 2 sectors. And now 3 sectors. It looks like a solid train. We do have cars a few laps down that were involved in that early incident as we ride on board of Gavin Petty been having a good race today. He's behind Max, and I think Max, after just being behind Ted, might just be taking a little bit of a breather for himself and might not be the quickest through the hairpins. Which I gotta say, if you're quick in the hairpins at this track, you're going to be insanely fast because those are the parts of the track that not everyone's the quickest at. Turns 1 all the way through 5 are insanely easy to pick up on. They're very low braking. You don't even have to lift for some of them. And it's just about keeping that rear end in control. I know from talking to a few drivers who's driven this track in real life compared to iRacing, they said a lot more throttle control has to be had because in real life you drive that thing with the seat of your pants instead of with your right foot. But here on iRacing, you're going to be driving that thing with your right foot more because, as Nicky Lauda's said, a good butt leads to a good driver in real life.
Of course,
I censored that, don't worry.
As you know, Japanese racetracks are famous for their slippery surface. This track is
no stranger to it.
No, and traditionally the opening round of Super GT it's usually in the first week of April or the first Sunday of April or something like that. It usually comes around my birthday, and it's as you know, and as you can see maybe from the blimp, but maybe not, as you can see from the camera, is in a very high altitude in the mountains, and so it is not unheard of to have snow during the weekend, and it's basically, if it doesn't at least rain, it's not a proper opening round of Super GT in Okayama, and it's you know, rain is the best kind of weather you can expect. A few years ago, I think it was during the 2013 or 2014 season, during the opening, during the formation lap, it started to snow, and the temperature in the air was 2 degrees Celsius.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, around the 30s Fahrenheit.
Yeah, rain is always fun to drive and race, and as Ted goes for another move, this time on Higley, well, Ted Bradbury hasn't really had any issues as Premsal Piesnak is now got the Ted is so blinking, and as driver's curse to so many drivers today in the Daytona 500 and 16 laps, I'm cursing everybody with connections now.
Oh, not to mention, Austin, this track is so difficult to reach. Super GT.
Oh yeah, this thing is about 2 hours away from Okayama.
And it's also on a very narrow path, narrow road. So basically, what they have to do is park the trailers at the bottom of the mountain, and then bring the cars up.
Drive the actual cars.
Yeah, so it's one of the main reasons why Formula One only came here for 2 seasons, and it's certainly also not only, you know, in a tough spot geographically, but also it is far away from like the main you know, main cities of Japan as well. So it's you know, F1 always wants these big name venues close to the big cities, and this doesn't fit the bill at all. But we love it. We love it.
It's still a fantastic track, and I gotta say, I love this track. iRacing could put any series here, and it would be classic, and we don't have to worry about any travel times or anything with trailers and all that jazz because, well, we just hit a button and boom, we're at the track.
Yep, absolutely. And as we say, free content in iRacing has been one of the staple tracks. If you are an iRacing driver and you have, you are above the rookie license, it means that you have raced here quite. Even if, I mean, if you're still a rookie and you have raced here a lot of times, it's a bit worrisome for you, because you know, at some point you should be going above rookie. But still, no matter who you are, you have raced here a lot.
Yes. As Lucio and Giacchino having a good scrap for 7th right there. The 03 actually got past Max, the 03 and the 04. Now are sitting in 7th and 8th. And Max keeps slowly falling down the field.
Let's go on board with McIntyre. Sorry. Let's go on board with Bartosz Grelecki. Draft train with Potoshek.
He's driving an actual engine. Now, Delar doesn't have the engine specified engine in the rear. As ooh, a little bit of a bump there by Grzeski mid-corner. But if you had your choice of a power plant in an F3 car, what would it be?
I mean, the most popular one, especially in the former in what was the FIA European Series, which now is the F3 Championship. Opel and Mercedes. I would have gone with Mercedes because it looks cooler, you know, and sounds cooler, the name and the logo. But yeah, also Toyota is available, especially on the Down Under. They have a lot of Toyota engines. Oh dear, Richard Bobberg and Alex Hopkins. Here is Hopkins. Where is Bobberg?
Bobberg, I believe, has players. Richard Bobberg.
Oh, and the battle we were following also have. We were following Lorenzo and Grelecki, and I'm afraid something has happened there as well in turn 1.
Yeah, something did happen. I'm not seeing them on our timing boards. We right on board with Lorenzo. Oh no! Into the catch fence.
Luciano Lorenzo.
And that is extremely unfortunate right there.
Big wreck for
Up
Luciano
to Alex
Lorenzo.
Dunn, and Alex Dunn. I think I hear an engine.
I do as well.
He's got an engine.
Let's see if Pagotto also has turned on his engine. Yes, he has.
Yes, he has. We fixed it. Don't know what we did.
Be careful. Don't celebrate too early.
We've had a race and a half of Alex Dunn not having an engine. This is a big win for me.
Luca Varani getting passed by Bradbury. By the way, yesterday there was a massive crash for Samuel Ermer. He went flying into the catch fence in lap 1 in the big wreck. It seems to me that today his luck hasn't changed. Oh dear, what's going on there? So
well, that Samuel Herbert stuffed on the apex, and 28 just, well, trying to find a spot back onto the track. I believe Herbert got into the back of the 28 right here through this chicane, and Herbert cut the grass. Oh no!
Oh no!
Now, I've had that incident where I was in the position of where the 28 is right now in a Formula 3.5 race, where the driver cut across the grass and came into me, but he was absolutely fine. I ended up in a catch fence. But, yeah, the grass is not an overtaking spot. He was a little bit squeezed by the other driver to stay down there, but it's such a fast corner. You really think that you can absolutely just power your way through there. And we got a driver stuck at that hairpin again. That hairpin is so popular to spin it out. I know in the GT4 Challenge series, nice D class series to race it if you just had less than 15 minutes to race. Whenever they come here, it's just spin central right there. Those GT4 cars, you feel like they're going slow, but man, they can really spin out the back wheels.
That was Andrea Brachetti. By the way, this week the Ferrari GT3 series fixed is at Tsukuba, which is I don't know how they made that decision, given that a Ferrari GT3 it's as wide as the racetrack, and also there we have a hairpin, which is another very slippery Japanese hairpin as well. And Lucio,
also another free track.
Getting past Ingley, so up to 5th position. And Maruk, where is he going? Okay, he's okay. Let's see the lap time comparison, Austin, and we can see that apart from lap 12, which was basically equal, slowly but surely, Alex Dunn is pulling away, and now 22.349.
Well, new fastest lap right there.
Fastest lap of the race. Yeah, another 1/10 and a half.
Another 10th. And Alex Dodd and Gianfranco Pagotto just putting down the gauntlet right now, as they're just in a completely another world to Max Bartolota and the rest of the field, as they're 10 seconds clear of everybody, just those two cars. And we kind of saw this at Road America, but at Road America we had a separation due to a wreck. Here it's just been outright pace, slammed into your face and pulling away from everybody, and no one can catch them.
No, absolutely, Austin. You are absolutely correct. This is. I wouldn't say domination, but it is domination because these two drivers are clearly have something else that the other drivers still don't have. We know how things quickly can change in racing and in sim racing as well. So, you know, in a race or two things might change, or next season, whatever. But for this season so far, Dan and Pagotto seem to be really the two drivers to beat in this championship.
Indeed, they're on a different level for sure, but you know, sometimes it's just a little bit of contributing factors because not all these drivers race in the same split as each other. I know in the official F3 series, everyone's got the same iRating and are very close to each other. Here, we have guys that are in the 2000 iRating. Thiago Marto he's sitting fourth. He's got 2000 and iRating. Matty Hingley, he only has 1,475. He's one of the lowest iRatings on this grid, and he's up there in 6th place. That's how I know the name, because I've raced against this guy.
Oh, yeah. And I think, you know, and maybe I'm going a little bit off topic here, but, you know, whilst we are at it, iRating, it shouldn't be an obsession. It should just be, you know, you should aim to have the iRating that you deserve, nothing more and nothing less, because it is not meant to be a contest, but it is meant to put you in the correct session, so you can have the, you know, the most fun. So, and apparently Matti is having a lot of fun tonight, you know.
Yes. But if IR was in this race, he, I know IR separates people and it makes it a very,
Their way, he would gain
a
116.
very competitive thing.
If this was an official session, he would gain 116.
Is that the most you could possibly gain?
It is quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot. But also, it might show that your driving style is a little bit different for everybody. That's mostly with safety rating, but off the track of Spodacek. He's gonna mow the lawn right there. Thankfully, his splitter, his front wing and splitter is not as low as NASCAR splitters, so he's able to keep that part of his car.
Man, have you seen some of the cars that just went through the grass?
Oh my goodness! Exploded.
I still don't understand why NASCAR don't get rid of the freaking splitter, which especially if you get into the grass, you destroy your car. If you get into the moist grass like it is in Daytona this time of the year, it's like hitting a brick wall. Some of the cars were worse after speeding through the grass than after hitting the wall. It's incredible.
Oh yeah. Did you see the Xfinity race where that car just went into the tribal and bam? No cars around him, self-spin and bam. But hey, splitter heights are completely determined by the series, and you know, in iRacing, I'm just glad we don't have that feature.
Yeah.
But hey, splitters sometimes and sometimes don't work. But when they do work, oh, they work great. I know they're going for ground effect, but it's a bit different. Speaking of the ground effect, the R01 has a great ground effect, I must say. And a great wheelbase to jump. I don't know if you've raced that Monza, but those practice sessions, if you hit the sausage curbs straight on, boy, You can make that thing jump into the air.
It's like real life F3. I'm expecting one of those real life F3 to flip one of these days because every time they hit a curb the wrong way, they point upwards. If they hit the speed bump, they I mean, yeah, but
in a race. Oh, Bradbury and White swapping spots.
Great pass. So Bradbury went past White, and White straight away got the position back.
But now watch for Bradbury, because we've seen Bradbury looking for a send. And we've seen this by Bradbury. He's a very aggressive driver. Bradbury looking down low. He's sending it into turn one. And he's going a little bit deep off into the curve. Bradbury's stuck on the outside, and Bradbury is able to stay ahead of Ben White.
Great move. Great stuff. Brachetti and Carchetti are having a bad race by the standards. They are both down. 17, and now the two Italians.
No!
Oh, and now.
Oh, no.
Was that...
I think that's Carchetti.
No,
that was Bartolotta. That was Bartolotta. Look at the front wing. He's got damage.
That was his teammate Bartolotta. So the two Italians collide, and a third Italian, Max Bartolotta, with nowhere to go. Clips.
Oh, no.
And now, oh, here we go.
Oh, Marto! Thiago Martos is going 3 wide to that corner. He's got a better front wing. He's going to swing it around the outside of all the speed of the world. And penalty. That's a penalty and a pit entry.
That's going to be a penalty, unfortunately, for Bartolotta. As now Brachetti...
I don't think he cares.
Brachetti has crashed again, has entered the pits.
Oh, and Marcus Lucio just got past Marteau. So here's a replay of what went down with Max Bartolotta and his teammate. Just got into the 27 and bam!
See what happened here.
Marcus gained a lot of spots right there. He's now sitting in third. Well, he just went around the outside of it.
Yeah, but something happened to Thiago and I cannot find it.
Well, it's going to be after he's got that overtake. So I say let's ride on board the 03 and see what's happened right here, because this is a very entertaining incident. Look at Thiago. He's got two teammates in front of him. One's for position, one's not. And he's going to split that thing 3 wide at quarter entry. Then he's going to swing it around the outside right here.
Okay. See, maybe Bartolotta there was entering the pits, and this probably threw off Thiago's rhythm, and then he was overtaken on the good catch, Austin, there. And
yeah, just rhythm.
He basically got a bit, you know, he had to lift basically, or he wasn't expecting, because of course to enter the, let's clarify to the viewers, Luciano Lorenzo says that the world was upside down for him. Of course, if you remember, a few laps ago he went for a bit of a ride, and we were on board with him. Basically,
not a fun ride.
To explain to the viewers, as Bartolotta has made it out of the pits, I think, looking for him, yeah, after serving a big penalty, 46 seconds stuck in pit road. You need to enter the pits before the second right-hander. There is a clearly defined access road which you can see on the ground. As after the pit scare earlier, Marteau is looking to attack back and get back on the podium, Austin.
Yeah, but we know Marcus is very good at defending, so this is going to be a little bit of work for Marteau. But he's going to have the draft helping him out here. And there's a few lap cars in front of him. So it's going to provide a little bit of traffic. But those lap cars are actually going into the pit lane. So not going to be throwing off that rhythm at all. So Marteau, he could be getting a good run right there, staying in that draft. But it's going to be very hard because turn 1 is such a fast corner. Not a lot of... You have to be extremely close to make a move down low, especially in these F3 cars, where turn 1 is more like a light brake and then throw it in.
A bit of traffic here.
It's an understatement. 3 wide almost that corner entry.
Birgerson, Lucas, Talon, Zomotor. Further in the distance, it's Alejandro Leiro and Clemens Gruber. Here we go. They're all drivers hovering in the top back end of the top 20, which is of course in a 62 car field, a very remarkable accomplishment. Let's never forget this. Oh! I think the car on the outside is a lapped car because it's not showing.
The 87.
Oh dear me!
Oh my goodness! 3 wide!
Dives on the inside of the 7 of the Canadian Talma, and he makes the move stick as Alex Dan gets another fastest lap of the race. One of the drivers of the day that we are following closely, Jota Gonzalez, now attacking Giovanni Sellito. This is for P29, the real midfield this is, and makes the move stick the driver from Spain, Drivex Racing Team, and also Chuck Mauro, our friend who always, for some reason, likes our broadcasts. There's always very nice words. We swear we are not paying him. Makes the pass. Oh, we have a problem for Clark Williams.
Oh,
and, that might be his day done, Austin.
Yeah, that is coming out of the second hairpin, well, the third hairpin really, and it's just coming out of the exit, and he's coming up onto that slow 87. Ooh. So he's going to dive it right there, but slow car on the inside, and it popped off a wheel and straight into the wall, and very hard hit right there. That's going to be his race.
Yeah, if the drivers are entitled to a faster pair, which basically means they can go back to the pits and get a brand new car as Pieniace goes to the grass there. But of course, you need to make your way to the pits or call for the tow truck. In any case, you are going to lose a lot of time. He towed back, so he's going to lose almost a lap for sure. So you can get back on track if you haven't used your faster pair. But of course, your chance to score good points is all but lost. As Austin, half an hour gone. Already 10 laps to go left. We are having so much fun tonight.
I'm not sure you caught that, but Ted, while you were in that rundown, was off in the gravel, and man, it looked like he was about to do a Texas two-step right there, because oh my goodness, that was one out of control F3 car. Watch this exit right here.
Ooh. He was also blinking for good measure, you know, because why not?
To add on to the intensity of that.
Oh, need to cut away from this fight because Thiago and Marcus are going hard at it. Looks like Thiago might have had a chance there, but good defending from Marcus Lucio there to bring
Thiago
to keep the car in third.
Closed up that gap now, and he's definitely close enough. As there's a spin up in front of them, both of them stay to the right side of the track. That car in front of him, the lap car spins out right there. Another very slick part of the track. Even if there's 62 cars driving 24 laps right here, and just over the map, that's going to really bring in a very rubbered in line. It's still going to be very low grip right there, because it's just, we were talking about it, Japanese tracks are very slick, especially in this part of the world. And judging by the IMSIN date, it's probably in that magic moment where it's probably snowing.
Yep, it's today, so happy Valentine's Day. But,
happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
I mean, 29 degrees right now in Okayama would be, Celsius would be like, I'm no meteorologist, and I'm unfortunately never been to Okayama, but if I go look at the weather right now, it's not, it's 12 degrees Celsius, and it's pelting rain all day long, 53 Fahrenheit, so this would be like a summer day, no? In Okayama.
Yeah, it's a summer day every day here at iRacing. Let's go to Kona, and then it's a fall day. Unrealistically cold. as Johan Bergerson round the outside, but it's not going to work right there.
Followed by Zoltan Zomotor, and in front of him, of course, Marc Matis from France. Here we go. Biggest from the inside at the end.
Oh, job. Easily done right there. Easy. Right on board Zoltan Zomotor. As Mark Zalota has got it out of the pits. As this is Bodasek and Greszczewski.
Teammates.
Two teammates. Woo. They're probably having just about as much fun as they could back here. And it's kind of like a practice session as look at this fight. Hopkins and Aura. Hopkins got up into the grass just to make that pass and off into the wall. That's
Gavin
Gavin Petty.
He was in the top 10. He was in the top 10, Austin. Let's see. Oh, how many times have we spun in this corner, especially with the skip barber, Austin? I lost count, honestly.
I've never spun here in the skip barber.
Shut up.
Now the MX-5 1,000 times.
You have only been driving the skip barber with a new tire model, so it doesn't count. You should have driven with the old tire model. That was another story.
I should have had a PC to run the old tire model.
with my old wheel, which only had, I think, 180 degrees of rotation.
Yeah, I've seen horror stories of people spinning the Skippy. Like, for sure, I've been guilty of spinning a Skippy, but it's not on corner entry, no, or mid corner, or off the exit. It's always in the braking zone where I've spun the Skippy.
Skippy doesn't like being downshifted too hard. You need to be gentle with your blips, otherwise the transmission locks the rears and whoop. Have a nice day.
I don't do that. Zamotor looking down the inside.
No.
Well, he's still got the inside line, but Mathis. My voice goes away now, so you're going to be dealing with this now.
I don't know about you, Austin, but in the Skippy, auto blip for life. 3 wide.
3 wide heading into the hairpin. Let's go. Mathis goes for another look down low. Zoltan Zomotor trying to hold it around the outside. There's still side by side. Mathis being forced wide, and now here comes Leor right down low, but Mathis going to stay in 19. Zoltan Zomotor had a great look down low, but unfortunately wasn't there for him. As off goes Mathis.
And the Frenchman doing some agricultural racing, Austin, down to P23. And now he's got this group of cars led by Ron Korolak, the Canadian, with one of my favorite liveries. Is there really a livery I don't like in this series? No. My praises are a bit. I mean, there is one I prefer over every other livery. Also all the other liveries. But speaking of Lucas Marouk of Canadians, Lucas Marouk defending from the resurgent Ted Bradbury. Here we go, makes the move stick and up into the top 10, where he was already, by the way, because he was. Let's go ahead. You know, this is not my native language, so I'm allowed to make stupid mistakes like this. Don't judge me.
Was that Wendy in the background making that noise? Or was that you?
No, that was me. That was me. Trying not to insult myself for having said something stupid. Like I drive an intent becoming 9th and entering the top 10, but again, not my native language. Don't judge me, I'm allowed to make bad mistakes. That's the excuse I'm looking for.
It's alright. And this is my native language.
Speaking of native languages and Italians, what is it with this championship and Italians driver hitting each other? It's at least the 3rd time it has happened this season.
Where all the Italians just hit each other?
Italian drivers not have like a magnet. I remember turn 1 in Zolder, for example, but there is also another race which I don't remember where they crashed into each other. Today was like
Oh,
a
that's
perfect
gotta
storm.
be I think that would have been trying to remember as well.
Yeah, but today was like the.
I wanted to say Detroit.
Possibly. Today was like the epitome of Italian shooting themselves in the foot, because two Italian drivers hit each other, and a third Italian was in the fight for the podium, plowed into them. Unfortunately, nothing he could have done there, Max Bartolotta. And so now, of course, forced to make a big comeback. He's down to into 37, so he's made up a bit of places, but of course not gonna be enough, as we are edging closer and closer, Austin, to the white flag, as again Borolak and Francesco Meola are going at it. I love this portion of the track because you can do so much side-by-side racing, and if the drivers are respectful,
oh, it's so fun.
It's so much fun, especially with these smaller cars. So again, with the Skip, you've had some incredible battles through the years with
me.
drivers.
We did have that one fight when we were side by side.
I don't remember.
I do. Neither of us finished the race. That's why we don't remember it. We don't want to remember it.
Let's check in with our leader. Why not? And as you can
well,
see,
he's pulled out a 3-second lead in the last lap, just a thousandth of a second faster. And it's a very minuscule, but look at lap 26. Half a second gain. Lap 27, 3/10 gain. What can stop Alex Dunn?
and those laps were good. That lap you were saying was good when he gained half a second, because the two previous laps he had lost half a second combined. So after two bad laps, probably due to traffic or a mistake, put his head down and again,
traffic.
Yeah, again gained straight away what he had lost. And we don't want to make it sound easy. Gaining on Gianfranco Pagotto is not an easy task. These are two 100% quality drivers. Like, these guys are, world championship caliber drivers, both of them. So it's absolutely incredible what they are accomplishing. And if one can get the upper end over the other, it means that he's, the guy that's winning today is driving, if possible, above of his abilities. Like he's giving, not giving, he's like getting under the 10% out of his car, which is of course incredible. So no shame in that. Marcus Lucio seems he has finally repelled the attacks from Marteau, who has now dropped back a couple of seconds, maybe 2 seconds and a half. So the closest fight in the front of the field is this fight for 8th place, where Ted Bradbury is again coming back and now looking very feisty and potentially making a move for 8th at the hairpin.
Oh, Ted's done this before. Down the inside of Barris, and Bradbury's back into 8th place. And I gotta say, we covered Ted Bradbury more than any other driver here today. It's been the talk of the show.
Don't know. I honestly, so much it has happened today, I don't remember what happened to him to have dropped so far compared to his starting position, but he seems to have some serious pace in that F3.
Oh yeah, he does. Connection might be here and there, and he did have that one mistake where he spun. But, powering back through the field to get back into 8th place, he started in 6th, and he was all the way up into 3rd at one point. So that 23 looking absolutely fast.
I'm afraid he won't be able to grab Kenyashek, which is almost 3 seconds up the road. So Bradbury, I think
anything can happen.
I mean, Barris is still there at very, 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 very close. So I think Victor Barris has got a message for the PS5 scalpers on the side of his car. He's got a human skull and the word scalpers, which I still don't know how I managed to get a PS5 this week. So, Ron Korolak,
I saw you.
went wide.
I saw your delivery date expected, and I personally laughed at the joke.
Yeah, 2039.
December, yeah, 2039. That's when you're getting your PS5. Here for me, I just save it my PC and laugh in RTX 3080.
Yeah, exactly. Since I don't have space to put an RTX in my system, which is very, very small, if I want to enjoy some ray tracing gaming, PS5 is the way. So.
But unfortunately, PS5 does not have iRacing.
Yeah, also. You know, I have both of them, so best of both worlds.
And before iRacing announces console port. Gosh, can you imagine that? Console iRacing?
I don't want to think about it.
Neither can I.
Do you remember the iRacing Lite April Fool joke?
Oh, the iRacing phone version?
Yeah?
Yes, I remember that.
Those were the days.
Yeah, if you go to that YouTube video too, it's fantastic because the comments from the reveal are still there, and it's fantastic to read it.
That was actually my first April Fool when I signed up for iRacing in January, and it was my first April Fool day on iRacing. So it's great. I don't know if it's better the joke in itself, or then realizing midway that they are making an April Fool, or even better, going through the comments of the people that didn't understand or that are genuinely angry, and white
the
flag,
generally angry people are the best. Yeah, white flag, great stories and everything. This race has flown by, and Alex Dunn 5 seconds in the lead. And 17 seconds ahead of the pack in third. And, well, dominated this race from start to finish. Engine sound for a little bit. No engine sound for a while. But, hey, he's roaring loud and clear right now. Across the final turn he goes. And down that front straight. The 11 is back on top. Alex Dunn, the Irishman, takes the win. And sets a new fastest lap of the race while he's at it.
Yeah, Pagotto second, Lucio third. Here comes the driver from the UK and Ireland club. And now the final few battles. First we have Bradbury and Barris. I think the 23 should be able to keep his car into 8th place. He does. Start finish line is basically here. Now we have this fight between Petty, McIntyre. Here they come. With, I think, the Englishman that will finish in 15th. Leiro and Zoltan Zomotor. Great race for Zoltan, P19, if he can hold on. Good, I think, debut race from Alejandro Leiro.
Yeah.
Good stuff, top 20 for him. We also have Glamsetter, Carti, Korolak. Austin, not a lot of TV time for your cars today. They have had a negative race.
Yeah, very not the best positive race for, but Christian Glamslater, I must say, he's got a good fight. He's had a good day, up 20 spots today, so not the best qualifying, but he's got a good drag race opportunity right now. Heading into that start-finish line, not going to get Cardi, but a great drive to the line for Christian Glamslater to finish in the top 50%, which is all I ask of my drivers.
We have just a few drivers left. In fact, after Alex Hopkins, none left. Therefore, it is my honor to bring you the final unofficial race results as the dying goose pit horn sounds in all of its splendor. Ready to bring you the final race results of today. And here we go then, Alex Dunn from the Republic of Ireland wins in style in front of Gianfranco Pagotto and Marcus Lucio. QT Marteau from the Netherlands in 4th in front of Matty Hingley, what a race for him in 5th. Max Giacchino in 6th place, and then behind him Premislav Pieniazek and Ted Bradbury in 7th and 8th. Victor Barris for Drivex and Lucas Marouk for Digital Apex Cyanide round up your top 10. Ben White and Luca Varani, a bit of a, disappointing race for Luca, only 12th. Zachary Bison, Michael Potoshek, Will McIntyre, Gavin Petty, Phil Lucas, Johan Birgersson in 18th place. The top 20 is closed by Zoltan Zomotor and Alejandro Leiro. Adam Talsma then opens the 21st position and backwards. Clemens Punzengruber from Austria in 22nd, Francesco Meola in 23rd, Mark Matisse, Nick Aronson, Giovanni Sellito, Ron Korolak, Nick Carty in 28th, 29th for Christian Glamseder, and 30th for the other Drivex competitor Ota Gonzalez. Chuck Mauro in 31st, with Russell Kirkwood 32nd, Patrick Rowlands in 33rd in front of Bartosz Kuleczki. Max Bartolotto was fighting for the podium until that unfortunate crash happened at the airport. David Cow, Stuart Milne, Steve Rubens, Wojtek Potoshek, and Rod Maguire in 40th. Moving on, Richard Van Veen in 41st in front of Daryl Govender and Andy Flint, Alex Hopkins and Vincenzo Carchedi, then Antonio Rusevski, Shane Hoare and Martin Devine in P48. 49th was Reed Dennis and 50th was Antonio Teyes. Alexander Roggenbuch in front of Clark Williams, Fernando Correas for Drivex as well. Drivex. Richard Boberg in 54th in front of Noel Richie Robinson from South Africa. Andrea Brachetti in 56th in front of the Rocket Turtle himself, Luciano Lorenzo. Samuel Ermer, Daniel Justo, Johnny Cocco, and the two drivers who did not start the race were Giuseppe Daidone and Sean Barnett. Austin, what a race, what an exciting event. Okayama never fails to deliver. We are short on time, but of course we can make an exception, and the race winner is standing right by with you.
Yeah, I'm standing by with Alex Dunn. Alex, what a calm day. It looks like you were looking at some of the cherry blossoms out up in the hills today.
Yeah, today was definitely a lot more of a relaxing race than Road America. I think I was a little bit more confident in my pace this week, and I felt more relaxed at this track, and I stayed calm from lap 1 and then just slowly pulled the gap from Gianfranco. Yeah,
pace is the biggest term here. You started this race with, well, you just had one car with you, and, well, you two pulled out a 10-second gap to the rest of the field. The next thing you know, you're pulling out a 7-second gap to the car next to you, and everybody else is just 20 seconds behind. You were just off in your own little world today, and just no one seems to catch you today.
Yeah, I did a bit more testing this week at this track, and I was really confident with my pace coming into today, and I was definitely a lot quicker here than I was at Road America, and I'm very happy.
Well, you gotta be happy. That's another win for you here in the iGPFun-F3 series. The floor is all yours to give thanks to anyone you want to, and you certainly deserve it.
I'd like to say thanks again to my parents, everyone at 3D Rap Squadra course, and Lorenzo Del Rio.
All right, congrats on the win, man. You have yourself a great rest of your day. It's another win, and we'll see you next week at Interlagos.
Thank you. See you next week.
Marco, it's been a fabulous race here today. Like I said, next week we go to Interlagos. It's not the end of the season, even though Interlagos, I think we're always accustomed to being a end of season track because, boy, it's just such a great racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff usually happens at Interlagos, and I think this time it won't be any different. It's a track that naturally invites the drivers to be creative and to be, active, so to speak, in searching for the move, searching for the overtake. That long backstretch, which is in reality just be after the first corner, and as a decent sized braking area, and of course all the way from the Junson corner all the way to the hard braking area of turn 1. It is a draft fest for these cars, and another place where if the weather doesn't play nicely, Austin, we are bound to have some pretty slippery tarmac. So cannot wait for next week. Of course, don't forget we are having a double dose of F3 action from Interlagos Saturday. Of course, at 19:15 GMT, we have the official series where you will see many of the drivers you've seen today. And then, of course, on Sunday, 1 week from now, same time, same place as today. So at 21:25 GMT, the stars of the iGPFun Championship will put on their usual show with 50 plus cars and all of that. But, you know, seems like Daytona won't happening today, even though don't quote me on that, and don't, you know, don't keep in touch with your remote and something. But if you still want your fix of racing tonight, don't go away, because at a very balmy 2:55 in the morning Central European, 1:55 GMT, and more importantly 8:55 Eastern, the Colorado Karting Tour makes its triumphant return. The race has been postponed by 1 week because of the big game of American football last week. We are racing at another free track, a recent free track, Austin, Woolton Park, with the USF 2000, so I'm sure you don't want to miss that. And of course, tomorrow we start again with the usual, you know, Rikmotech and Israel Racing League, and so on and so forth. Of course, don't forget the big one on the 17th of February at 6:45 Eastern Time, the Road to Indy Series presented by Cooper Tires from Iowa. I don't think you want to miss that. Austin, take it away.
Yeah, a lot of action here on Apex Racing TV. Thank you everybody for joining us here live for another great round of the iGPFun-F3 series here at Okayama. I've been joined by Marco Barbonera. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night.